Leaders of the Collective Security Treaty Organization have signed an agreement that will reduce the tensions on the Tajik-Afghan border. This was a result of negotiations between the leaders of 6 states in the session of the CSTO Council held in Bishkek. In addition, the parties held discussions on issues on strengthening security in the region. As part of the chairmanship of Kyrgyzstan, an active work was carried out to increase the international authority of our organization. The legalization of the CSTO Crisis Response Center has been completed. Concrete steps have been made to implement the goals in the field of military, economic and military technical cooperation. Meanwhile, the issue of fighting against terrorism was also discussed at the summit. A number of joint exercises involving the military from all 6 countries are planned for next year. The chairmanship of CSTO in 2020 was given to Russia. Vladimir Putin opined that it is important to continue the practice of joint operations to identify and eliminate international terrorist groups. I think it is necessary to create the effectiveness of analysis and forecasting of military political situation in the CSTO responsibility zone, taking into account the possibilities the emergence of the new hotspots near our borders. In this regard, it seems appropriate to intensify the activities of the CSTO Crisis Response Center, including the exchange of operational information. Two powerful explosions occurred at a petrochemical plant in Port Neches, city of Texas, in the United States. Local media reported that 3 people were injured as a result of the incident. Local authorities have given order to evacuate nearly 60,000 people from the cities located within 6 kilometers from the explosion. Protests in Iraq continue. This time, anti-governmental rallies were held in the cities of Karbala and Nasiriyah. The demonstrators demanded the government to enhance the fight against corruption. The clashes between protesters and law enforcement officers resulted in the death of 17 people and injured more than 800. United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees Filippo Grandi has urged the Greek government to improve the living conditions of migrants. The announcement was made during his visit to the refugee camps. Grandi also said that Europe should do more to protect the children who are facing difficult situations. Athens officials declared that 3 refugee camps in the country were closed and replaced by special centers. The European Union launched 3 large-scale programs with a total budget of 28 million euros for the prosperity of Central Asia. In Nur Sultan, significant agreements were signed at the EU conference on enhancing integration in the region. The programs are aimed at the development of trade, ensuring the rule of law, attraction of investments and economic growth in Central Asian countries. Experts said that it will also help to strengthen the regional cooperation between Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan.
We would like to see, of course, to contribute to further growth, to further creation of jobs. And in particular, you're probably familiar, there is a whole series of indicators, in particular OECD indicators, which are important for the, let's say, overall perception of the business climate. We have an interest in a growing market, a growing population, and in a growing market for our own companies.
This year, the EU member states adopted a new EU strategy on Central Asia, which is aimed at strengthening cooperation as well as support the stability and economic prosperity in the region. The Day of Friendship between South Korea and Central Asian countries was held in Seoul. The event was attended by the ambassadors of 5 states of the region, as well as South Korean public and political figures. The delegates held discussion on prospects of official relations development between Seoul, Nur Sultan, Tashkent, Ashgabat, Bishkek, and Dushanbe. Moreover, the event participants made their suggestions on expansion of the cooperation. The Day of Friendship was organized by the Korea Central Asia Friendship Association. The social organization has been establishing relations between the states for 27 years. Nur Sultan has hosted an international roundtable session, Otandastar Benchmark for the Future, in order to strengthen the cultural relations between Kazakh diasporas overseas and their historical homeland. The event gathered 150 ethnic Kazakhs from 26 states, who each have contributed to the preservation of native traditions. We are raising very important questions. Thanks to the first president, we have opened the Otandastar Foundation, which supports us. It is very important for us. Now, we have Kazakh language online courses due to this. We cooperate with the University of Shakarim, where we send people for language courses. Projects of the foundation, results of the activities and working plan for 2020 were also presented at the meeting. Kazakh Minister of Information and Social Development, Dauren Abayev, said that the procedures to obtain a Kazakh passport will be simplified for ethnic Kazakhs.
Biz adamların qandas mərtəbəsini alуға өтініш беруінен бастап, оған Қазақстандық паспорт.
We have simplified all the processes, starting from applying for the status to issuing Kazakh passport to them. We have taken such measures such as reducing the number of necessary documents from 46 to 20. All paperwork services will be provided in only one place on a single window system.
Тек бір жерден халыққа қызмет көрсету орталығынан бір терезе қағидаты бойынша қабылданады және беріледі.
The head of ministry also said that the duration of paperwork will be reduced from 6 to 3 months. The new procedures will come into force next year. The Otandastar Foundation plans to hold a large forum to present the results of its work in spring next year. An updated interactive scientific and historical map, The People of Kazakhstan, was presented in Almaty. The project, which has been implemented since 2017, was discussed at the International Scientific and Practical Conference, Kazakhstan Model of Inter-Ethnic Consent as Phenomena of the Modern World. The project tells the story of 127 nationalities and ethnics living on the territory of Kazakhstan in 3 languages. In addition, the project also provides information about the arrival of different people in the country, their national and cultural traditions and holidays. Experts said that the interactive map allows the consolidation of the entire Kazakh community. Our modern history develops on the principles of unity, solidarity, endurance, integrity, and harmony. We have an opportunity to showcase and speak about the things that are missing in this discussion, about the achievements of the ethnic groups, their specialties, as well as on the history of people that has not been told. It gives the opportunity to show and discuss all these aspects. Kazakh developer of the electronic document management system and business automation process, Documentalog, took part in the Electronic Data Interchange EDI Market 2019 conference as the main partner. The company presented 2 of its products at once at the forum, Documentalog and the light version of the system, DocuLite.
У нас очень много наработок, те, которые могут быть интересны российскому бизнесу.
We have a lot of groundwork which can be interesting for Russian buyers. We see that the understanding of the workflow in Russia is different from ours. Speaking in terms of functionality, our solution is very competitive with those that are in the market at the moment.
С точки зрения функционала, то наше решение, оно очень конкурентоспособно с теми, что есть на рынке сейчас.
The Documentalog service is used by 7,000 enterprises, including national holdings, state and private companies of various industries.
2020 года вся отчетность, как налоговая, так и другая.
Starting from 2020, all financial reporting, including tax and accounting in Kazakhstan, will be accepted only in the electronic format. A special market demand is being created here. First of all, compact mobile solutions in a box format are being developed for businesses as quickly as possible, and it can be used to help lead to tangible optimization figures in a short period of time. The Documentalog company specializes in providing fast solutions to our customers. The company is working on a new generation voice assistant and international electronic document management system. The developer presents its latest developments at the Documentalog Technology Conference in Nur Sultan on December 4th. On the eve of the Independence Day, the Kazakh embassy in Ukraine has hosted the Day of Culture of Kazakhstan. The Bakit Kusi collection of Kazakh fairy tales, which was published in Ukrainian, has been presented.
Мы бы хотели, чтобы украинские дети больше знали.
We would like Ukrainian children to learn more about the literary, diverse and rich country of Kazakhstan. The previous books of Kazakh fairy tales in the funds of the National Library of Ukraine for Children were published between 1976 and 1979. It was a long time ago. The books are changing, the illustrations, the design of books are becoming different. Therefore, it is really important today. The Kazakh folklore was republished in new format with new design.
Фольклор казахский был переиздан в новом формате с новым оформлением.
As part of the event, dancers from a local studio performed the Aku Kazakh dance. Representatives of the Kazakh diaspora played the Aksakik work.
Бүгін елшілік Украинаның балаларға арналған ұлттық кітапханасымен бірлесе отырып, Kazakhstanның тұңғыш президенті.
The embassy, together with the National Library of Ukraine for Children, hosted the Day of Culture of Kazakhstan as part of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program on the eve of the day of the first president of Kazakhstan, as well as the Independence Day. The young visitors liked the performance of the Alpamis Batir fairy tale, fashion show of national clothes, as well as exhibitions reflecting the history and nature of Kazakh people were organized during the event.
Ұлттық киімдері көрсетілді сахнада. Қазақтың тарихын, табиғатын дәріптейтін, әсемдеп бейнелейтін көрмелер ұйымдастырылды.
The AlFarabi Historical and Cultural Center is ready to be opened in Damascus, Syria. The decision was made by a working group created from representatives of the ministries of Kazakhstan. On the eve of the 1150th anniversary of the great philosopher, the Kazakh delegation arrived in the city to study the state of the historical and cultural center.
Прибывшие в Дамаск, в первую очередь, узнали, что наш.
Upon arrival in Damascus, we found out that the AlFarabi Cultural Center is in good condition, despite the fact that there was a war in this country. The Syrians were very careful about this idea. They preserved this center, which was built on the initiative of Nursultan Nazarbayev. Currently, the task is to study the technical condition of this building. It is needed to be redecorated and repaired, but generally, the building is ready to be opened.
Да, требуются какие-то косметические ремонты, но в целом здание готово к открытию.
Unlike the ancient Greek philosophers, AlFarabi did not limit the human concept with ethnic boundaries. He affirmed that the possibility of introducing people to knowledge does not depend on national, racial, social, and religious affiliation. The main goal of creating the AlFarabi Cultural Center in Damascus is to popularize the philosophical legacy of the great compatriot. In the future, conferences, lectures on history, customs, and traditions of Kazakh people, as well as courses on Kazakh and Arabic languages, are planned to be held in the center. The night at the museum will be held in Nur Sultan on November 29th, where residents and visitors of the capital will be able to enjoy a rich program in the National Museum. The planned events include theatrical mini-performances, a vibrant market, a bai, a waltz dance ball, vivid show of circus performers, and concert program. The organizers said that there will be more events. Visitors will also see the opening of group thematic exhibitions, master classes, sightseeing excursions, which will introduce the rich history, culture, and traditions of Kazakh people to the residents and tourists of the capital.
В эту ночь показываем египетские раритеты. У нас есть свои музейные фонды.
Tonight we will showcase Egyptian rarities at the event. We have our own museum funds, which we are not able to display every time. We have a yurt and the decorations to show to the people, the visitors. We will showcase the national Asik game as well. The exhibition will be conducted by museum guides and also experts, including archaeologists and historians who will lead the various programs.
Будут у нас археологи вести там программы, эти историки.